Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock. The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
In my opinion, this was a really good trailer, a good introduction to the Fantastic Four. Honestly, the the Grimm right here, there's this shot right here. Look at that. It looks perfect. He looks amazing. The CGI is top notch. They really took their time to try to create a good visual effect here of Ben Grimm as the Thing. Like, there's a nice little look at that. The lighting, the eyes, it looks like an actual real, like he's alive, like it's a thing you can actually see and touch, like if it's real. It doesn't look very heavily CGI. It doesn't look off. It looks like it's not throwing me off. It's not taking me out of it. It's like I believe that he exists in this world with the other characters, not like some computerized generated CGI image that's just kind of a model of something that's just thrown in there, but he looks real. The robot here, he's fantastic. It's adorable. You cannot go wrong with this. I mean, it looks great. I mean, I love the whole 60s, 70 vibes. I think we get a nice little look here with like the kitchen, and it looks like Reed Richards is kind of showing probably a journalist of some kind, you know, introducing the Fantastic Four to how they kind of coexist, how they are, you know, showing the world who they are as these new superheroes, I'm assuming. Yeah, look at this little dome, kind of like for like maybe for the food to be stored in some sort of thing. And then like in the background over here behind Sue Storm, a refrigerator of some kind. Love the style. It's you know, how everyone's been saying, it's the sort of like a Jetsons feel to it. There was a nice little shot. Now that's a cool looking building, the Baxter Building. That looks pretty cool. I love the blue sort of a color to it, matching the Fantastic Four, you know, color scheme. It looks so nice, actually. I love this futuristic look. I can't get enough about it. It looks amazing. Any of you guys that have ever seen the show The Bear, you can kind of get a nice, it's kind of hinting at to Bear's cousin. I forgot his name, but anybody who's seen the show The Bear knows that this is a nice little sort of connection with him, you know, talking about ingredients, how like, you know, a little bit of garlic kind of goes, give that a little spice. I love this, you know, how this just kind of pops up like that. That looks pretty cool. It's almost like he's bringing up a display of like, how like in the future, like especially now you in Marvel movies, you have Tony Stark just kind of throwing up these displays and everything. It's almost like that in a retrospect, but it's a chalkboard. But he's sort of like throwing up, like in a sense, these displays with all the mathematical equations and graphs, and so he's just working on his equations. You can see here figuring out some wormhole equations, possibly, multiverse stuff. You can even see the astronaut suits right here in the background, which is pretty cool. Nice little glimpses here of, Reed Richards just kind of working hard, trying to solve the problems, as he always does. You get a nice little look of the crew as they're about to head out into space, try to probably explore some sort of phenomena that they have found. It's really cool. It gives it that old school 60s, those old classic recordings of Neil Armstrong and, Buzz Aldrin and all three of the guys going up into space. It's perfect. I really believe it. Like the color grading, it's really believable. It's like damn. And there's this one shot that comes up of like the spaceship, the rocket that they use, and there's like this shot of like how those I'll show you guys. But look at that. See, this is what I'm talking about. It looks like that was shot literally from far away. I just love it. It's awesome. This is them like kind of, I don't know what they're going to be going through right here that's going to cause them to change into what's going to give them their powers, cuz usually it's like a solar storm or something, some sort of phenomena that they go through that gives them their powers. Johnny Storm, I mean, flame on. I mean, it looks great. It looks just like the original Fantastic Four movie back in 2005 and 2007 with Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. You can tell it's like the same special effects, but obviously a more updated version for 2025. Johnny just being Johnny. I mean, bit of a hothead. Sue Storm with like her invisible, not invisible powers, but her force fielding powers. You can see how it kind of the light reflecting, there's a spectrum of colors because of the refraction of light bending to give that invisibility sort of power. It's awesome. And I love this shot, how just Johnny's like flying and then just sort of, one thing I'm really confused about, why isn't his clothes all burnt up? If he flew up there with his powers, flame on and everything, burnt up, shouldn't his clothes would have been, shouldn't him, if he doesn't have his suit on, shouldn't he be fucking naked? Like, for real, guys, what are we doing here? He should be butt ass naked. Like, unless these are special clothings with a special fabric that Reed Richards designed himself, this might be a dream. That might be a dream sequence. Who knows? Obviously, you know what this is. If we've already seen the trailer, Galactus is on his way. It's almost it's doing that thing like Independence Day when the ships arrive on Earth, and because of the the atmospheric pressure, the buildup of pressure as the ships are coming in, especially because of how giant the ships are, it creates that friction that just burning up and it just creates this gas of like fire, turns the atmosphere, it literally burns the atmosphere around it, creating this fireball. And I think this is what, This is Galactus' entrance, or maybe a prelude to him entering, because there's like fireballs coming out of here. So I don't know if this is maybe before he arrives, or maybe this is a warning of like what's to come of Galactus. We get a nice cool shot of the vehicle right here. This is obviously going to be flying around, which is crazy. I don't know. I'm digging the 60s look, the retro look. I'm so in for this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready. This looks so cool. This reminds me of when Johnny's chasing after the Silver Surfer in the second movie back in 2007 with Chris Evans, and he's just flying after Silver Surfer. That kind of reminds me of like that, but they got this. It's the same look. It's the same sort of like the fire trailing right underneath him as he's flying. It's perfect. It's literally the same, and I love that they didn't change it. I mean, how else would you animate the Human Torch flying? I mean, it would be exactly the same as in the old back in the early 2000s Johnny Storm. Perfect. I don't know who he's going to be playing. I know the actor. I don't know who he might be playing. He might be some sort of a antagonist. Maybe he's like the main antagonist. Maybe right before Galactus shows up, or maybe he's someone who brings warning to Galactus. I'll keep it real with you guys. I don't know much about like hardcore. I'm not a hardcore comic book guy. So I don't know who this might be. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Literally Independence Day style. Galactus just shattering over New York City. And if you look closely, you can kind of see like the buildings here, how they are so different from regular New York City. Even from over here on the other side across the Hudson Bridge, I don't know, in maybe Jersey, I think. I could be totally wrong. I'm not from New York City. Yeah, look at, you can see these sort of futuristic buildings right here. Definitely don't have those in real life. See a building over here that's kind of different. Obviously the Twin Towers wouldn't be around because those were built after the 60s, I think. So I don't think they would have them here. Imagine if they did. They had them right there. Cool shot. And then you have the Statue of Liberty. Galactus just looking at that thing like, I'm gonna fucking destroy that shit. I'm gonna destroy everything. I'm gonna destroy that little dome over there. I'm gonna destroy that building over there. I'm gonna destroy those little saucer-like buildings over there. I'm gonna destroy everything. I'm gonna eat everything. Devour this entire world. I wonder what he looks like. I wonder what he's gonna sound like. I don't know if it's still Antonio Banderas still playing Galactus, but that should be interesting. And then you get the final shot of the Fantastic Four just standing there, looking like the Beatles. This is literally a recreation of the Beatles as they were playing in America, London. I have no idea. But it's literally an exact set replica, obviously with a custom Fantastic Four logo and with the actual crew instead of the Beatles. But come on, they look perfect. They look heroic. They look like the Fantastic Four. And the uniforms, the old school original uniforms, and plus Ben Grimm looking comic accurate, it just completes the whole look. And then also Johnny Storm with the blonde hair, it's like total classic Fantastic Four. Like literally almost 1-to-1 Fantastic Four. It's crazy. They did a really good job, and I'm so hyped for this movie, and I cannot wait. I mean, that is the Fantastic Four first steps, July 25th. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully you're just as excited to watch this movie as I am. We'll see what happens. Hopefully this movie's good and it's not a total pile of shit. And yeah, hopefully we get everything we ever wanted. I just hope it's a good movie, to be honest, at this point, with everything going on. Later. Bye. Good night.